To understand the Beltrán-Leyva Organization, we begin in Sinaloa, Mexico, the birthplace of many of the world's most dangerous drug traffickers. The Beltrán-Leyva brothers, Arturo, Héctor, Alfredo, Carlos, and Mario, grew up in poverty, in a land where drug trafficking had long replaced farming as the road to power. At first, they were loyal allies of Joaquin El Chapo Guzmán and the Sinaloa Cartel. They smuggled cocaine, heroin, and marijuana into the United States, becoming trusted enforcers and logistics experts. But ambition, greed, and betrayal would soon fracture this alliance and unleash a blood-soaked war. Throughout the 1990s and early 2000s, the Beltrán-Leyva brothers rose within the Sinaloa Cartel hierarchy. They controlled key smuggling routes across Sonora, Durango, and Chihuahua, forging connections with Colombian suppliers and corrupt officials in Mexico. Arturo Beltrán-Leyva, nicknamed El Jefe de Jefes, the boss of bosses, became a feared leader. Known for his ruthless discipline and violent enforcement, the Blow wasn't just another branch of Sinaloa. They were a military arm, training sicarios, bribing politicians, and expanding their reach across the US-Mexico border. The turning point came in January 2008, when Alfredo Beltrán-Leyva Almocoma was arrested by Mexican authorities. The brothers believed El Chapo had betrayed them, giving up Alfredo's location to eliminate rivals. In fury, the Blow broke away from Sinaloa and declared war. That betrayal split the underworld in two, igniting one of the bloodiest cartel wars in Mexican history. Once brothers in arms, Sinaloa and Blow became mortal enemies, and trapped in the middle were innocent civilians, law enforcement, and border communities. The feud between the Blow and Sinaloa unleashed waves of violence across Mexico and into the United States. Cities like Culiacan, Cuernavaca, and Acapulco turned into battle zones. Hit squads carried out gruesome executions, often leaving mutilated bodies with warning messages. The Blow specialized in psychological terror, beheadings, public displays of corpses, and assassinations of police officials. Meanwhile, U.S. cities like Phoenix, Chicago, and Dallas felt the cartel's reach as drug shipments flooded northward. Law enforcement agencies called it one of the most violent drug wars of the 21st century. The Beltrán-Leyva Cartel quickly expanded their operations beyond Mexico. They established networks in U.S. cities, controlling distribution of cocaine, heroin, and methamphetamine. They used alliances with gangs such as the Mexican Mafia, MS-13, and Barrio Azteca to push their products on American streets. U.S. authorities discovered that Blow operatives weren't just drug traffickers. They laundered money through real estate, nightclubs, and front businesses. By the late 2000s, the Blow had become a billion-dollar criminal empire, stretching from Colombia to Chicago. The Blow was infamous for its ability to infiltrate Mexico's political and security systems. They bribed generals, governors, and even high-ranking federal police officials. Their power was so deep that in 2008, Mexican officials revealed the House of Death scandal, exposing how cartel informants had infiltrated law enforcement. It was corruption on a staggering scale, with millions of dollars at their disposal. The Blow bought silence, loyalty, and protection, all while waging war against their enemies. Arturo Beltrán-Leyva, the boss of bosses, became the face of the BLO, but his reign ended in December 2009, when Mexican Marines stormed his luxury apartment complex in Cuernavaca. After hours of gunfire and grenades, Arturo was killed. His body, riddled with bullets, was displayed in shocking photos, a symbolic blow against the Blow. Yet his death only fragmented the cartel further, sparking violent internal power struggles. Instead of peace, Arturo's fall ignited more bloodshed as factions battled for control. After Arturo's death, the Blow splintered into rival groups. Héctor Beltrán-Leyva tried to hold the organization together, but smaller factions like the Guerreros Unidos and Los Rojos emerged, spreading terror across Guerrero and Morelos. These splinter groups carried out kidnappings, extortion, and massacres. The infamous 2014 disappearance of 43 students in Ayotzinapa was linked to a Blow offshoot, a brutal reminder that the cartel's legacy lived on, even as its leaders fell. The United States government designated the Blow as a major foreign narcotics trafficker, freezing assets and arresting operatives in U.S. cities. Joint operations between the FBI and Mexican authorities targeted Blow distribution networks. High-profile arrests, like Héctor Beltrán-Leyva in 2014, crippled the cartel's leadership. Yet the Blow's influence didn't vanish overnight. Their networks left scars in the U.S. drug trade, as fentanyl and meth continued to flow into American cities. The war against Blow was costly, measured in billions of dollars, thousands of lives, and broken communities. The story of the Beltrán-Leyva Organization is a tale of ambition, betrayal, and bloodshed. Once trusted allies of El Chapo, they became his deadliest enemies. They brought unprecedented levels of violence to Mexico, while flooding American streets with drugs. Though their leaders are dead or imprisoned, their splinter groups continue to haunt Mexico's criminal underworld. The Blow's rise and fall shows how cartels evolve, and how every betrayal creates new wars, new scars, and new tragedies. The legacy of Blow is not just history, it's still alive in the shadows of today's drug trade.